Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us here. Uh, we've been doing this from quite some time, and we feel like I think after doing it's like you can say agile methodologies. When we do something, it's better to just take a pause, think what we have done so far, and discuss with the team: are we going in the right direction or not? So, keeping the trend here, I just thought I should ask all of you to please come and maybe we can all discuss how we you been viewing this particular series and how we can make it more better and interesting and interactive and being helpful for all the people that are that are new to OFBiz, or they are trying to evaluate the OFBiz, or they are working with OFBiz. So, first of all, I would like to thank first Pranay here for giving us the start that we already needed to, get to know what OFBiz is capable of. And, it's on his idea that we started evaluating OFBiz as an open source OMS. So, thank you,
Thanks
Pranay, and
to thanks
welcome.
to yeah. Thanks to you and Apache OFBiz, Devanshu, I would say.
Okay. Uh, so, I think let me share my screen here and let's see what have we have done so far here. And okay, to start off, we have this document in available into our wiki, that is of business open source management system. Here, Pranay listed out what our purpose is, what we were trying to convey, and what we want to achieve. So in that doing that, this is the document we done, and that actually triggered this video series. And I have this schedule here which we use, and here we have all the list of all the topics that we have covered so far. So let's take a quick recap of what we have done so here. First, we collected together and we discussed what we want to do, how we are going to do it, and what will be the starting point of it. And we discussed with all the committee of these members collected here. After that, we did a real-time inventory visibility, because viewability of we need a 360 view of inventory available when we are talking about a distributed OMS. So we did that, and there were a couple of intricate details we discussed, like keeping the process, keeping your promise to the customer, and what could be the drawbacks, and what would be the inventory carrying cost, what is there we need to discuss, and how it helps the business user making a better decision on that part. Maybe like we discussed endless aisle also, how it's a customer journey, and how it helps the customers, it enhances its experience in stores. And then we started the pre-order management. What is pre-order, how it is managed, and what are the challenges that we can face while implementing a pre-order section management into a business. That include some of the topics, and some of the challenges were like reserving inventory specifically to the brick and mortar store first, and then to the other e-commerce platforms. Communicating the expected delivery date to the customer is really important and crucial. We discussed it, that if the customer is not aware of what is happening with these orders, it's not a good experience for them. The next was the overselling of pre-orders. You might lose business, and you will get a loss if you are overselling the pre-orders, if you don't know how much amount you will be getting and how much you should be setting the bar for the pre-orders. And the last we discussed for the pre-order versus back order, because it is something that which are very similar and very distinct at the same time. So it's like 11 videos we have done here so far. And I would like to say thank you for everyone who have joined us, so that we have made this possible. Now,
Yeah,
after this point junction, I would
Devanshu,
yeah.
yeah, sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to, yeah, I also wanted to pass on a thanks to all the participants who have made it who have made it possible. So thank you so much for that. And uh, Devanshu, I think we should you should turn back to the first tab, and we can tally like what is it that we have covered up from the functional expectations part.
Mhm.
here there are some topics that we still need to cover up.
Yeah.
There has been some sessions where we talked about the customer journeys.
Hmm.
The customer journey is how to make it possible and how the real time inventory visibility makes it possible, right?
Yes.
So the 360 view across the locations, how is it important, and how to make it possible, and uh, how does it actually help in making all those customer journeys possible, right? So that was one thing, but then all of a sudden, as you'll see, the second point and the third point, you will see like, okay, we haven't covered it yet. We haven't
Yes.
talked about the order routing, or we haven't talked about the order splitting cases, like how does it affect the overall order life cycle, and what can be the different use cases and scenarios that we should be considering while thinking of an order management system, right? And then there is a store fulfillment application, or the store fulfillment process that we need to support, like what the fulfillment process that we already have in Apache OFBiz, will that be sufficient, or will need to do something else for modernizing it, so that it can also be used by the store associates. The store inventory management part can also be covered. So I would say what we have so far covered is the point number 1 and the point number 7 the most.
Yeah.
And and there are some other points, like from 2 to 6 there are plenty of other topics that we still have to go for, and discuss these in details, like what sort of business requirements and use cases are there, which we need to consider for evaluating Apache OIBIS as the auto management solution. That's one thing that I want to emphasize on.
Okay.
And now, in over to you, please.
Okay. So yes, I was just coming back to here on this. Like you said, this is what we have covered. Now we want to discuss how want to take this forward. That what kind of new videos we would like to consider, and we would like to do discussions and sessions on. The first thing that came to my mind was actually doing a gap analysis, you can say, or you can let me put it in a very clear way, that I wanted to do some screen sharing sessions here, so that whatever the topics we have covered so far, we have just discussed and say that yes, Ofbiz has the capability to do it. But in doing that, we also wanted to make sure that it is there and what are the actual gaps we find. So I was thinking of doing, as I listed here on the schedule document as also, this could be something that we can start. That is, we can doing a walkthrough of the processes of inventory visibility in the storefront, and the what are the ways we can see how inventory works and how is inventory is handled in Office. That could be a start. We can share screens. We'll have proper discussions on how inventory is managed in Office, and how business users can take advantage of the capabilities we have in the Office. So what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Devanshu, because it will be sort of an extension to the inventory view sessions that we had done in past, where we had discussed various cases, like what are the different use cases where the inventory view is super critical to make certain customer journeys possible. So having those things seen or validated by screen sharing sessions definitely is definitely a good idea, according to me.
Okay. uh, this was something that I had in my mind, but as there are a couple of options here, has actually been written here. That would includes the customer journeys across the channels like BOPIS, BORIS, and endless aisles. And we can also, if you want, we can discuss the outer routing of the appropriate facility for the fulfillment based on this, defining a strategy for that business. So we have a couple of points here. And so what kind of different videos you guys should be, start working on now, from now on?
Yeah, Devanshu, along with what you have just mentioned, is a good start for the next phase of the videos. and then definitely we can gradually start talking about order brokering logic, like
Okay.
what are the business use cases that can be there, or is it something which is completely subject to customize when you deploy Apache OFBiz for a business, for a
Mm-hmm.
retail business, right?
Yeah.
And order splitting is something really super critical that we experience when we work and deliver solutions. So these are the two topics that I would like to touch on. That would be my preference. And there are some other members or participants on this call. Maybe we can get some preferences from them as well.
Yeah. We This is a community work. We can always go for a voting, something like this. This way we'll have a better know
Yeah,
of what we
sure.
want to do. Yeah.
We can have the you can type in your preference, like which point you would like to cover in the next set of videos. Like for example, for me, it's 2 and 3.
Okay.
So I am voting for 2 and 3.
Okay.
So for I would request all the participant to put their preferred points, and we can take it from there. Like whatever is being preferred the most, we can touch base on that.
So I think let me stop the
And
sharing
we can
here.
also, Devanju, there is one more idea. Like we can also open this topic with all these points which are remaining
Okay.
on the mailing list as well,
Mm-hmm.
asking for the community, asking for the vote from other community members as well. We
Mm-hmm.
can also run a quick survey, sort of, or maybe we can run a simple voting on the mailing list itself, and then we can start picking up the topic by that order or the
Ye-
priority that the community members are putting in there.
Great. Yeah, I think that would be something that very easy to do for us. And as soon as we have something, a good consensus of members voting or what kind of videos we should be discussing on, so that will have everyone's approval. And at the same time, so we can say that we have been doing this as a community work. Okay, so I guess we can definitely do go for the mailing list part. And
Hey Devanshu, this is Divesh.
hi Devesh.
Sorry, I'm not switching on my camera, but I just have one or two questions
Yeah, sure, please.
that uh, maybe you have already answered this question in previous session. This is my first session, so pardon me if I am asking the same question. That you it's written that these are the functional expectations from of biz as a open source OMS,
Yeah.
like the points you have written here. So are we also doing some kind of discussion on like these are the functional expectation, but what is already covered by OFBiz, and you were talking about the gap in the beginning of the
Yes.
session.
Yes.
So what is the gap from whatever the functional expectations are? So what is out of the box available in OFBiz, and how much is the gap? And if someone is evaluating for their open source OMS, then what is it that they can use out of the box, and how much of gap is there which they need to build or enhance or customize in the out of the box solution? Are we doing those kind of discussion, or is this kind of discussion is a part of uh, our planning, or I'm not sure about this, so I just asked this question.
Okay. Thank you, Divesh, for joining and asking us a very correct question here. Is what's our goal here? First of all, I would like to say here that what we have been doing is that uh, what we have written these functional expectations of that we want from on order management system. So we are discussing what are those expectations when we try to granularize the real time inventory visibility. What we want from this, like if I say real time inventory visibility, what is it, why do we need it, and what are its advantages, and then we discuss, does Ofbiz has those capabilities, and we discussed on is there are any known challenges we have so far. So that is part is actually done by us. And what I was suggesting is that we can start by doing kind of like screen sharing session where we'll be discussing is those capabilities are actually available in the Office, and And here I would like to say that OFBiz is actually works on the 80-20 part, where 80% of the things are mostly available here, and 20% is the actually customization that we can do, and we have the capabilities of doing the work on the customization. So like you said, really said that we have been discussing so far that what are the capabilities that an OMS should have, and does OFBiz has those, and there are some known challenges. That is what we have been doing so far now. And now we I was thinking of doing the gap analysis, that does actually going into the application and code and seeing, yes, we have the capabilities here, some minor tweaks needs to be done, or this is something that is actually proper gap here, or is this something, no, this is completely directly available here. So this is what I was suggesting here. So I hope this answers your question here.
Got it. So based on your answer, you are saying that we have already discussed that what are the gaps, and if someone watch the videos which we have published, they at the end of the video they can get an idea that okay, this is the these are the expectation and this is what is available in office and these are the gaps. That is what you are saying, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Devanshu, if you don't mind, I would like to add up to that to
Yeah.
answer Devesh's question, as I have been part of most of the videos or the sessions that we have done. I would say we have not yet done any gap analysis. We have mostly covered the business use cases, like what the OMS should look like, what are the business use cases on real time inventory visibility and pre-order management. Okay, that's what we have covered so far. We haven't done any gap analysis. And if you remember in the last session, we ended up it saying that we'll be now doing the gap analysis and identifying the gaps and reporting JIRAs and all those things.
Yes.
So Devesh's question is like, have you already done that? So the answer is, according to me, that no, we haven't done any gap analysis yet. We have discussed the use cases. Now we are going to do the sessions on the gap analysis as well. The screen sharing sessions that you were talking about is something will show us the gaps as well, because we'll be talking about what is it that you can call already available with Apache OFBiz, and what is it which is not there, which will be termed as gap and should be logged in Apache Jira or Apache Jira to take it from there, and then development community can pick it up and fill the gap basically.
Okay.
Got it. So thank you, Panay. That answers my question. And yeah, that is exactly I was asking. And based on your answer, what I understood is we have discussed functional expectations
Yes.
from order management system, and now as we have discussed those functional expectations, now we will be going deeper and
Yes.
looking into the office that what is available and what more need to be done. So yeah,
Right.
that answers my question. So
Thank you.
definitely, as you will be doing it, we will be having videos, and I think if we also create, as you already said, you will be creating Jira, and if we also create some document that these are the gaps, it will
Yes.
be helpful for other community members also.
Definitely, that's a good idea, Devesh. And I would say, yeah, we are on the same page here. Along with the Jira, we'll definitely be going for the good documentation set. And mostly we have been planning for the ASCII docs, which we maintain along with the code in Apache OFBiz, so that it goes along with the development and not necessarily you need to maintain it in the other system. So it will be part of the OFBiz release when you download it. So that is the plan that we have with us on this ground. Just to give you some basic
Perfect,
knowledge.
perfect. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uh, okay, guys. Let me stop my sharing here, and so I think at the end I would like to conclude here that what we're going to do is we're going to do a consensus on the mailing list, that we will be asking other members to show their support by giving us some priorities and ideas on what should be the priority and what should be the preference to the topics that we want to hear from us, and
Yeah.
we can discuss those definitely. I can see
So
many.
yeah,
Yeah.
again, sorry to interrupt. I'm so excited about the discussion here. That's why I keep distracting you, Devanshu. Sorry for that.
No, no, no.
I just wanted to tell you, like the priority that we have just discussed the priority of the things here. And I think we should take it that way, because we should not be creating a whole mountain of business use cases for which we have to go and do the gap analysis. Instead, we should actually start doing the gap analysis as soon as possible for whatever use cases we have covered. So it should be a combination of both the sessions. We do some sessions and then we do gap analysis along with some new use cases.
Yes.
So it should be a combination of both the efforts, so that we are also taking OFBiz to the next level for the evaluators. So it should not be the flat business case discussions. That's what I got a sense from Divish's question, and that's how we should be prioritizing it. So we can put it up that way to the mailing list, that this is what we have planned now, and then these are the next topics that we want to touch base on. So if you can weigh in and give your vote to certain topics, then we'll pick up those topics along with the gap analysis that we'll be doing for the topics that we have already discussed. So
Yes.
this is how we can, I think, manage, and that should be it.
Yes. That that's really something good. I think that will be very neat way to do what we have done so far. And now we are picking this, and after that we'll have a list of other more topics. Please show us your support by weighing this what we want to hear from them first. Okay, I
Yes.
can definitely do that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Devanshu. We really appreciate your efforts in helping us managing all these things, and keeping the community updated about what's going on, what's happening, and all those things. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much. Okay, so at the last I would like to say thank you everyone guys for joining in, and just giving me the joy that we all are here and working together for this community. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Have a great day. Bye bye.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you
Bye.
and
Thank
Happy New
you,
Year in
everyone.
advance to
Bye.
Oh
everyone.
Happy New Year.
yes,
Yes.
happy new year everyone.
Happy New
Happy
Year,
New
everyone.
Year.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.